Good morning. Wish I could show you, but I've got Rudy on my lap purring up a storm. Now she's looking at me because I started talking, saying, "You're making all this noise where you're sitting here comfy. You're gonna make all this noise." I'm also gonna link in the description as a tried process to wake up this morning. I decided to listen to, and maybe I'll finish before getting to work today. David Pawson's Leviticus. David Pawson's was a British pastor who did summaries over each book of the Bible. If you've not heard me talk about him before, he's the one responsible for my also, shared views about. I mean, it's not as strong as his, but just the chapter and verses in the Bible distracting from reading the Bible in the right context, if that makes sense. Because there are plenty of books in the Bible, I think. Is it Romans or I don't know. There's plenty of books in here where it's a compilation of letters. So certain portions of it are written at different times and different places, and you lose that when you smush it all together. And he starts off Leviticus, or his talk on Leviticus about pulling verses or sections out and just reading the Bible in that way instead of really sitting down and studying it and knowing it, reading it through, and just taking away little quotes, little portions of it. Once you study it and read it and know it, then that's when those things become important to you. That's when it's good to pull out all those. We've got so many cards and decorations, and people joke about the cross-stitched pillow and all of those sorts of things to decorate the homes with, to have them around, and it's good. Those things are good, but if you don't know them, then it kind of takes I've got a British accent in my head. I can't do accents, but now I'm thinking in a British accent, but it takes the wind out of the sails. It detracts from, and I feel it's kind of something that we're all kind of leaning towards, right? It's just things that are genuine, just wanting to know and do things for real. Reality TV hasn't been real for a long time, just, I don't know if it's just an American thing too, just, our politics have not been real for a long, it's just, and of course, when you start talking about politics, my mind goes to, things are supposed to get worse anyway, so. Good morning. Wish I could show you this little angel cakes on the nap. I haven't been able to sit like this in a long time. But This doesn't angle down real nice, so we're not gonna be able to see her. Well, we've finished Leviticus, going into Numbers, which is that it's about numbers. I imagine there's a lot of names in the book as well. So, kind of like, was it end of, well, there's plenty of names in Genesis and Exodus. There wasn't many in Leviticus, was there? But I'll probably, oh yeah, right away, I'll probably be skipping over a lot of it. In respect to the names in regards to pronunciation, obviously skipping over them doesn't give them much respect, but so she has turned away from my voice, and when I start petting her, her tail whips. So, but at least she's on my lap. We're snuggy. See what happens when I keep reading, but let's pray. Hope y'all are doing well. Right. Right. Oh, Lord, the prayer all day yesterday was thank you for hearing everything I'm not saying. Knowing my mind and my heart better than I do. My intentions, my motivations, my actual reasons behind my actions better than I do. You are the Lord my God. As I was saying. Oh, to be silent, to be quiet. To be able to focus, to be able to remember and to stay in the Spirit, in your Spirit, Lord. So that we can do this together properly. Be with us as we read your word today. As we head into a new book. Pray these things in your name, Father. Amen. Right. A new book. It starts with the word then. Right. Here we go. Then the Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai, in the tent of meeting on the first of the second month, in the second year, after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, Take a census of all the congregation of the sons of Israel by their families. I think I remember this. They take one before, or at the beginning of this book and at the end, by their families, by their fathers' households, according to the number of names, every male, head by head, from 20 years old upward, whoever is able to go out to war in Israel. You and Aaron shall number them by their names, by their armies. With you, moreover, there shall be a man of each tribe, each one head of his father's household. These then are the names of the men who shall stand with you. I'm not going to read all of these though. Of Reuben, of Simeon, of Judah, where are we? Reuben, Simeon, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, Ephraim and Manasseh, of Benjamin, of Dan, of Asher, of Gad, of Naphtali, okay, leaving out Levi. So, picking up in 16, these are they who were called of the congregation, the leaders of their fathers' tribes. They were the heads of divisions of Israel. So Moses and Aaron took these men who had been designated by name, and they assembled all the congregation together on the first of the second month. She's watching the screen. It's kind of funny. Then they registered by ancestry and their families by their fathers' households, according to the number of names, from 20 years old upward, head by head. Just as the Lord had commanded Moses, so he numbered them in the wilderness of Sinai. She's gonna get her real good sleep on, away from my voice. She's gonna eat. We're in 20. The sons of Reuben. Israel's firstborn, their genealogical registration by their families, by their fathers' households, according to the number of names, head by head, every male from 20 years old and upward, whoever was able to go out to war. Their numbered men of the tribe of Reuben were 46,500. I can't even. A nomadic nation with that many people, with that much stuff, things that you moved. Again, we talked about appliances earlier. We talked about ovens, with all the stuff of the tabernacle. The animals on top of all of that for sacrifices, for the number of sacrifices, and the sacrifices themselves, for each individual person, for atonement for sin, for unintentional sin, for worship. Just for one of the 12 tribes, one of the 12 sons, the number of males 20 years older and upward, whoever was able to go out for war, of the sons of Simeon, 59,300. He had more. Gad, 45,650. Judah, 74,600. Issachar, 54,400. Zebulun, 57,400. They're around about this, similar. Joseph, separated into Ephraim and Manasseh. $32,200. Benjamin, 35,400. Dan, 62,700. Asher, 41,500. Naphtali, 53,400. These are the ones who were numbered, whom Moses and Aaron numbered with the leaders of Israel, 12 men, each of whom was of his father's household. So all the numbered men of the sons of Israel by their father's households, from 20 years old and upward, whoever was able to go out to war in Israel, even all the numbered men. Well, they did the math. 603,550. This is minus everyone else who could not go to war. children and elderly, women, slaves, what they call them, sojourners, and foreigners who lived among them. The Levites, however, in verse 47, were not numbered among them by their father's tribe. For the Lord had spoken to Moses, saying, only the tribe of Levi you shall not number, nor shall you take their census among the sons of Israel, but you shall appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony. I mean, so imagine, I can only imagine that the number of that household is around about the same. I mean, good, have that many men at least to do all that work for all those people. He says, David Pawson says it very briefly at his beginning talks about Leviticus, about how, yes, these books are hard to read, also because it is a different culture from thousands of years ago, not to mention in a different part of the world. The human element is still the same, which I've been saying. So it is relatable, it is still important. Getting this sense, feeling that there's different things that I want to be saying. More of my weirdness, eh? Just keep trucking. And I don't mean that weirdly, I don't mean that supernaturally, or, I mean, who knows, but just, I don't, just ever looking for ways to express myself. All right, let's see. 50, you shall appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the testimony, and over all its furnishings, over all the belongings to it. They shall carry the tabernacle and all its furnishings, and they shall take care of it. They shall also camp around the tabernacle. So when the tabernacle is to set out, the Levites shall take it down. And when the tabernacle encamps, the Levites shall set it up. But the layman who comes near shall be put to death. It's always the bit that I think about watching Raiders of the Lost Ark. Indiana Jones. The sons of Israel shall camp, each man by his own camp, and each man with his own standard according to their armies. But the Levites shall camp around the tabernacle of the testimony, so that there will be no wrath on the congregation of the sons of Israel. So the Levites shall keep charge of the tabernacle of the testimony. Thus the sons of Israel did. According to all which the Lord had commanded Moses, so they did. At least it's written down. At least once. Well, I mean, at least a couple times now, that they actually did all the Lord commanded. Now the Lord spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, the sons of Israel shall camp, each by his own standard, with the banners of their fathers' households. They shall camp around the tent of meeting at a distance. Now those who camp on the east side toward the sunrise shall be of the standard of the camp of Judah by their armies. And the leader of the sons of Judah is that guy and his army. even their numbered men, 74,600. Those who camp next to him shall be the tribe of Issachar. Then comes the tribe of Zebulun. On the south side shall be the standard of the camp of Reuben. Next to him, Simeon. Then comes the tribe of Gad. I'm at 17 now. Then the tent of meeting shall set out with the camp of the Levites in the midst of the camps, just as they camp, so they shall set out, every man in his place by their standards. On the west side shall be the standard of the camp of Ephraim by their armies, and the leader of the sons of Ephraim shall be him. Next to him shall be the tribe of Manasseh. Then comes the tribe of Benjamin. "25 on the north side shall be the standard of the camp of Dan. Next to him shall be the tribe of Asher, the tribe of Naphtali, these are the numbered men of the sons of Israel by their fathers' households. The Levites, however, were not numbered among the sons of Israel, just as the Lord had commanded Moses. Thus the sons of Israel did according to all the Lord commanded Moses. So they camped by their standards, and so they set out, every one by his family, according to his father's household. Now these are the records of the generations of Aaron and Moses at the time when the Lord spoke with Moses on Mount Sinai. These then are the names of the sons of Aaron. The anointed priest whom he adorned who he ordained, they were adorned as well, but to serve as priests. But them two died before the Lord when they offered strange fire before the Lord in the wilderness of Sinai, and they had no children. So in verse 5 now. Then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Bring the tribe of Levi near, and set them before Aaron the priest, that they may serve him. They shall perform the duties for him and for the whole congregation before the tent of meeting, to do the service of the tabernacle. They shall also keep all the furnishings of the tent of meeting, along with the duties of the sons of Israel, to do the service of the tabernacle. You shall thus give the Levites to Aaron and to his sons. They are holy, given to him from among the sons of Israel. So you shall appoint Aaron and his sons, that they may keep their priesthood, but the layman who comes near shall be put to death." Again the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Now behold, I have taken the Levites from among the sons of Israel instead of every firstborn, the first issue of the womb among the sons of Israel, so the Levites shall be mine. For all the firstborn are mine. On the day that I struck down all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, I sanctified to myself all the firstborn of Israel, from man to beast. They shall be mine. I am the Lord." Men numbered. Levites set aside. That's basically it, right? It's just the same old song. Lord, thank you for this time to read your word. Thank you for the work that you've done with me to help me to know you, to have faith, to trust you, Father, in the work that you are doing in me. And coming alongside this impossible life. Would I be saying the same if the economy was doing well? Don't I know that things can get worse, are going to get worse? Trying to be so knowledgeable in psychology and we all have our different processes, right, of just trying to figure things out, trying to work things out. Do what needs to be done, and oh, do we enjoy ourselves? You are the Lord, holy is your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Thank you for today's daily bread, and forgive my sins as I endeavor to forgive those who sin against me. Lead me not into temptation, but deliver me from evil. For yours is the kingdom, power, and glory forever. Lift up whoever's come along today, whenever they do. lift up this channel to you, Father, to do an amazing work with however you would, whoever comes along today, Lord. This is not some spell. This is not some googly googly, provincial. It's no, I mean, I know you better than that. You're not some genie. You're not some spirit that we can manipulate, say magic words, clap our hands 3 times, and as Eustace says, that's all, you think that all rot. You are Almighty God who loves us, desires to walk with us. That's why you created us. So reach out to whoever comes along today, to any one of these videos, honestly, or just, just help your church today, Lord, in a way that we will not miss. Anyway, I pray these things in your name, Lord. Amen. Don't fall back asleep. There's rent to be paid.